What's up, guys? Ron Harris here with the channel Ron Harris Muscle. Thanks for joining me on this Saturday afternoon. Very rainy where I'm at here. Not sure what the weather's like in your neck of the woods. But today's my birthday, September 21st. Last day where you can be a Virgo. After that, you're some other astrological sign. And it's hard for me to believe I'm 55 years old. It's crazy to stop and think that I've been around for significantly more than half a century now. I'm in my mid-50s. I think after 56, we'll have to call it late 50s. 58 and 59 will be late 50s. So, yeah, I was born toward the very tail end of the 60s, September 21st, 1969. Lived through the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and we're about almost halfway through 2020s, I guess you'd call this decade. So if any youngsters have any questions on what it's like to be old or how to stay younger, I give bodybuilding so much credit for being the fountain of youth. I think had I stayed completely natural, I'd probably look even younger than this. I think the gear did age me a little bit, for sure. It definitely took my hair away, but I went to Turkey 7 months ago and got my hair back. I got some hair from the back of my head to the front of my head. Yeah, if you guys want to do me something special for my birthday, just subscribe, like, and share. It doesn't cost you anything. Helps me out so much as I try to grow this channel. You guys sing happy birthday? Sacco, thank you. I look 35. If I'm way back here, I can look 35. If I come up close. So yeah, I keep getting a lot of questions about the hair. So I give you guys a nice, get rid of that banner. Try to give you guys close-ups on the hairline so you can see what it looks like. So it's not quite as thick as the hair up here, but this was all gone. This hair you're looking at right here, that was all receded. And they took hair from the back of my head, put it in the front of my head. So it worked out really well. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Ismail. Thank you, Tina. Start of the 60s, so I'm a bit ahead of you, yeah. So you would be a boomer, a baby boomer. I think Generation X started, I want to say 67, 68. Does anybody know? I don't know, but I'm not a baby boomer. I'm Generation X. I'm one of the older Generation X. After that, I don't think we had anything to millennials, and that went on for quite a while. My daughter's 30, and she's a millennial. My son is turning 25 this coming Friday. He is the very start of Gen Z. He's one of the oldest Gen Zs, and I think they have another generation after that. I don't know what the hell they call that. Speaking Turkey, how much did the procedure cost? I had a few quotes in Greece. So I went to one of the most expensive places, if not the most, I don't know. It's called Now Hair Time. If you saw Chris Bumstead and his brother-in-law Ian Valier, that's where they went. It's also where Coach Greg Doucette, that's where Coach Greg went. This place called Now Hair Time. I think there are just a very handful of very top prestigious places. I only picked that because I figured if I'm going all the way over there, I'm getting this done, I'll spend a little extra money. And the ironic thing is, we had booked the trip, the procedure and the trip, but we had bought the airline tickets maybe 2 weeks before MD went out of business abruptly with no warning. So immediately I'm thinking, man, I'm just going to try to cancel it. I'll get it done. I'll wait till I have another job and all this and that. The airline tickets for my wife and I to Istanbul were non-refundable. I think I had just given a deposit. I don't even know if I had put a deposit down with the hair place. It was $6,000, Sacco, to cut to the chase. It was $6,000, and that included the hotel. We were there 5 nights, I think. Didn't include food, but the lodging, and it was like a 4 or 5-star hotel. The funny thing is the hotel, Istanbul is in Asia and Europe. Half the city's in Asia, half the city's in Europe. So the hotel was in Asia, and then the hospital, it's like a private hospital where they do all their procedures. It was like a 20-minute drive away, and that was in Europe, but it was still Istanbul. But yeah, Now Hair Time, definitely the top-notch place, and I got the most expensive package. It included a bunch of hair care products. It was like the suitcase was like filled to the brim. I'm still using some of the serums and sprays and crap, and it's been over 7 months. I'm almost out, but they give you a lot of stuff. The hair vitamins I have, actually, those are going to probably last another 6 months at least. So they give you a bunch of stuff, and it included a tour for my wife and I We toured Istanbul, had a great guide and everything. So good pricing. I always say if you're going to get your hair done, go to Turkey. If you're a U.S. citizen, obviously it's a hike. It's like 12 hours of travel, but it's going to be 1/5 the price. It's so much cheaper than it is here. Somebody here was asking me, and they went and got a quote from like Bosley, which is one of the top places in the U.S., and that was like $30,000. So 6,000 versus 30,000, it's a big difference. Tina says you're barely a boomer. So you were born in 1960. Yeah, boomers were, they call baby boomers the generation that was born after World War II. So I think it was only like 1945 to, I don't know, like 65. I don't know the exact years, but, we had the economy was doing great after World War II. It took a few years, but we had, I think the best years for the U.S. economy were, I think like 1960 to 1975 or something. I mean, business was booming. Houses were cheap. Education was cheap. Wages, you could have a regular job and buy a house and support a family, and your wife could stay home, take care of the house. Back then, it was a different era. Thank you, Jasper. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Dave. Let's celebrate. Yeah, man, Dave. These years. That's why I say when I say 55, am I really 55? Really? It seems unreal to me. And you guys, all of you who are younger, this is going to be this. You'll go through the same exact experience. You'll turn 30 and you go, wow, how am I 30, 40, 50? The years just keep going by and by and by. Just going out to dinner with my wife tonight. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. Last night I stayed in. The cake, we're not going to have the cake till tomorrow because we want to wait because my son's working late. We're going to wait till we can all sit there and do the cake. It's actually a Boston cream pie cake. My wife makes me one every year. My favorite, Boston cream pie. If you've never had it, I'm from the Boston area, but you don't have to be a Bostonian to appreciate and enjoy Boston cream pie. Delicious. It's good stuff. So, but last night I watched The Exorcism with Russell Crowe. I splurged and got the on demand. Wasn't that great? Actually, it was pretty crappy, but I had to see for myself. The first Omen was not available to rent. You had to buy it, and I wasn't going to pay $20 for that. Mike Cox. Yeah, Mike, you can get this done yourself, man. So I tell everyone, as long as you have a good donor area, which is the back of your head, this area here, if you have good thickness back there, it really doesn't matter how much it's receded up here. You can get that transplanted. You just have to have a good donor area. And from what I remember, Mike, it looked to me like you had plenty of hair back there. Hair and sus. They actually do teeth over there too. I don't care about my teeth that much. You rarely see my teeth ever because I have a bunch of chipped teeth I never bothered to fix and uneven shit going on. But I don't care as long as they work and I can chew my food. That's all good. But I don't have all my teeth. I have one fake tooth and I'm still missing one. But I don't know if I'm gonna get that done. But they do veneers, porcelain veneers, where they implant fake teeth. And again, here it's 25, 35. I've heard up to $60,000 here. Someone was telling me that's what they were quoted at. I guess it depends on which dentist you go to, but you can get them done in Turkey for $3,000 to $6,000, a fraction of the price. So tons and tons of Americans and people from Europe and other countries go to Istanbul to get their hair or their teeth. I think some people get it all done, like in one shot. Thank you, Cody. Thank you. Thank you, Blue RNG. Doing great. One good break from election politics. Yeah, I don't want to get into politics, but let's just say I'm not voting for the person with my last name. So you guys can vote for whoever you want. A lot of you aren't in the U.S. anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I do find it interesting how a lot of people from I get so many messages like on DMs and stuff on Instagram regarding the election and Trump and Kamala. It's from people that are in places like Iran, Bulgaria, Czech Republic. I mean, Greece. It's like it's funny to me how interested they are in who ends up getting elected. I mean, I'm just all I care about. I'm totally selfish when it comes to this presidential election. I'm voting for just who I think is going to do a better job with the economy, is going to get inflation down, things like that. And I think I just have a gut feeling we'll be better off economically. Most Americans will be better off financially under Trump. That's it. I don't care about whatever else. I mean, the president doesn't. We don't have a dictatorship. It's not like the president can make these sweeping changes and change everything. You know, they can make a big difference, but they're not all powerful dictators or Führers or anything like that in the U.S. We don't have that. Yeah, it's Saco. So it's 5 nights in a 5-star hotel. Now hair time. I paid full price. I didn't get any discount because I only had like 30,000 followers on Instagram. Bumstead, who has 30 million followers, I think they paid him as they should, because how many people are going to go there because Chris Bumstead went there, and Ian and Coach Greg. Coach Greg, I'm sure he didn't pay, but again, he's got 2 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. So he makes a couple videos about that, and he's giving them a massive commercial marketing blitz. So it's not, when I say that they got theirs for free, they didn't really get it for free. Now Hair Time got a lot of great marketing and advertising, and I'm sure they got a lot of referrals and clients because Bumstead went there and Coach Greg Doucette went there and Ian Valliere went there. What's his name? Rough Diesel, Terrence went there. Yeah. I have to make an apology about the last video Giles and I did, the Power Hour. We did a video, Olympia, 2024 Olympia, who's in, who's out. And God, it was so many people that didn't qualify or skipped the Olympia this year. I'm like, man, we should have just done that as a video and just done an Olympia preview separately, because by the time we got through talking about the Olympia guys, the guys who were actually in the Olympia, and I had skipped a couple, John De La Rosa, massive apologies, because he's a good dude. I love John. Love his physique too. We did mention him, but it was too brief because we were like running out. By the time we started getting into the guys who weren't in the Olympia, it was already almost at the hour point. I'm like, oh man, how long are we going to talk about this? But gosh, so guys that we didn't really mention much that are not doing the Olympia: Vlad Surochko, Good Vito, James Hollingshead, Blessing Awodibu, Tim Budazime, Brett Wilkin, who's doing Legion, Big Rami, we did talk about, Beef Stew, Hassan Mustafa, Nexzilla, Rubiel, Andrea Presti, Carlos Thomas Jr., Krizo, we mentioned, Sergio, Antonio Burton. I don't think I mentioned Tonio Burton at all, and I feel like a total douchebag for not mentioning Tonio, because I'm a huge fan. I love the guy's physique. I thought he very well could have gotten the nod over Brandao back at the Arnold South America. And, you know, he's sitting out this Olympia to put some size on, which I think is a really good move for him. I don't think that coming in the way he looked earlier was anything better than 8th, 9th, 10th, 8th at the best, at most. But I think if he puts some more size on and comes back with that, I think he's going to do much, much better. So, thank you. Mike. So, Mike, what you would know this then? Because what's after a Virgo? Because you're whatever. I'm a Virgo, but after that, I don't even know what the next sign is. Christian's whatever sign you are, because Christian's birthday is next Friday. Yeah, college football Saturday. Mike, you're all about the Buckeyes, right? Is that Ohio State? That's your team that you follow closely, being a native Cleveland guy? 1996 was a great year indeed. Yeah, 96. But I was born in 69. Where did 96 come from? Was that when you were born? I don't know. Where did I live in Chandler? Contact with me, use prosperity in your family. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Your shoe number is recreational weed pass. Is that, are you guys voting on that? Because we voted on it. We voted on that like, I think it was the last presidential election. Yeah. So 4 years ago, I'm pretty sure it was, because, you know, we have elections all the time, but I think it was the November 2020 election that, yeah, it went up for vote in Massachusetts. It passed, and it took like a year before dispensaries started opening up here. It took a while, but a lot of people got their licenses right away to open them up. But there was a good gap between the law getting passed in November and dispensaries opening up. And now I had to give up weed. I'll be totally transparent, not transparent, but transparent with you guys. I did start Friday night. I allow myself to smoke once on Friday night, every Friday night. Or if I'm busy Friday, I can do it Saturday, but just once a week. Whereas before it was every damn night. The reason I stopped was because it does THC, whether it's in the form of smoking or edibles or gummies, whatever form you consume it in, vape, whatever. Is that even called a vape? What do we call those things? Anyway, yeah. So it damages and weakens the hair shafts. And, you know, if I was totally committed to 100% satisfaction with the hair. I wouldn't smoke even once a week, but I don't know, I'm justifying it because I'm good all week. And it's like eating very clean all week. And then you can have one treat. You can have your piece of cake or cookies or whatever one night a week. So yeah, I wouldn't say I fell off the wagon because I'm still on the wagon most of the time, but like last night, it made that movie a little bit more bearable. The Exorcism with Russell Crowe, because it wasn't a great movie. I'm big fans podcast, Dr. Test. I still do the podcast with Dr. Testosterone, Balder. On this channel, we do Ask Dr. Testosterone. We record usually every Sunday, and I put this video out the same day. Ask Dr. Testosterone with Dr. George Antuliados. He was kind enough to continue the show with me on this channel. I still do Power Hour, which was we'd started. It was actually Jen's idea for that title and the show, Jen Gerisi. So we still do Power Hour, me and Giles. That's on this channel. I do the Raw Online reports because, I don't feel bad. MD has not put out any videos. They still keep Steve, the owner, he still keeps the website up on a minimum maintenance level. Nothing's been added or changed since last November. Same with the YouTube channel. They still have their social media. So someone could theoretically come along and buy MD. Everything's still in place. The brand is still the brand. Somebody else could buy MD from Steve if he got an offer that was to his liking, and they could just turn it around and do something brand new with it. I can't afford it. Steve was looking for 7 figures, and I don't have 7 figures to give anybody, or to even, I don't think anybody would approve me of a loan for $1 million or more at this point. Bumstead looks like he's trying to only get one call out at the dude looks crazy. Yeah. I would be so surprised if Bumstead didn't win. And when I did the interview with Jay Cutler a few days ago, talking about the Olympia, I made a short video. I only made one short video out of the full interview. And it was that Bumstead will not retire. That's Jay's feeling. Because I thought he would. I was thinking, he'll get 6. I know he's still young. It's not like his body's shutting down on him, or he's starting to fade physique-wise, nothing like that. But I just felt that because he's got so much else going on. He's a dad now. He's got a baby. He's got these business ventures. He's got part ownership in Raw Revive Nutrition. He's got part ownership in the clothing company Gymshark. He's got CBum, the energy drink. I don't even know. He's probably got several other things in place. And I don't think he would need to compete to stay relevant. If Sam Sulek has millions and millions of people watching him every week on YouTube and he doesn't compete, don't you think millions of people would still tune in to watch Chris Bumstead train and talk? I think they would. I think he'd be just fine if he stopped competing now. But Jay doesn't believe that Chris is ready to retire. And I tend to, now that he put it the way he did. If you watch the clip, it's on this channel as a video. I kind of agree with Jay. I'm like, yeah, I think he will keep going I think he'll keep going until he either gets tired of competing, like loses that fire, or if something happens where his physique does start to go downhill, go south, as we say, muscle tears, atrophy, nerve damage, things like that. If that happens, I'm sure he'll get out while the getting's good. I can't see Bumstead being one of those guys who lingers on, as we've seen with some open bodybuilders and 212 bodybuilders, lingers on and keeps competing past the expiration date, past the point where they still look really good. I don't think Bumstead will do that. I'm going to put him up. Where am I going to put? Why am I going to put it? Why not? I just love Bumstead footage. I'm a huge fan. Yeah, so this is Chris at the last Olympia. I've had people say in comments that they think his physique is going downhill, the muscle tears. He did have that slight quad tear. He tore his biceps. So he has already had some muscle tears. But overall, it's Austrian, what's his name? Leo Mehrhofer, my buddy out in LA, who came here from Austria but has no accent now. Perfect American accent, I think. If you really listen, you can hear it's just a little bit off, but you would be hard-pressed to know that he's not a Native American the way he speaks now. And Arnold has been here since the late 60s, and he's still got a heavy accent. Anyway, yeah, I think Bumstead's got this for quite a while. I don't see people taking out Bumstead. I mean, what I was getting at was on Leo's podcast, the Overcome podcast. He had Samir Banuda on, and he said one of his things he's talked about is like Bumstead doesn't have great genetics or the best genetics. And I was like, what? I don't know, man. I think this guy, could he have better arm genetics, like especially in the biceps? Sure. But this is one of the most genetically gifted humans that's ever walked the earth. Don't get it twisted, guys. He's been a genetic anomaly for many, many years now. So to say that he doesn't have great genetics, I think is ridiculous. He's got incredible genetics, Chris Bumstead. Come on now. Back to the Future. Where were we on the comments? I only discovered raves at 60. Wow. Yeah, Dave, I didn't start going out way ahead of you, though, 30. My whole 20s, my entire 20s, I didn't go out to bars like ever. I didn't go out to clubs. I was so focused on doing everything I could to be the best bodybuilder. I would not miss sleep. I would not miss meals. I was natural throughout most of my 20s. I think when I was 30, was I 29 or 30? I think I was 30 when, was I 30? I don't know, 29 or 30 is when I went to my first rave. And I was like, man, these are awesome. And probably had a good 6-year run of going out to clubs, mostly not underground raves, mostly just clubs, but clubs like the Roxy in Boston, Sound Factory in New York City. Had a great time. I love that stuff. So, yeah, Dave, better late than never. Look, enjoying life is what it's all about. Mike saw Lunsford walking the garage in the Tampa show, and he looked ridiculously big. I think he'd blow some minds. Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people in the Derek team, Derek, and there's tons of people on Team Hottie right now. I think it's going to be another battle like last year, where it's going to be a nightmare for the judges. And again, I'm glad I'm not going, guys. I'll be covering it on this channel, live. I'll be breaking it down with video clips and stuff, but I won't be there. This is the first Olympia I will have missed in probably about 20 years. I know I missed 07. I know I didn't go to 07, the year that Victor almost beat Jay. I know I missed that one. And I did miss another one. Was it 2011? I haven't missed too many Olympias. I've been to most of them. But this time I didn't want to spend the money, honestly, because I just don't have a ton of money coming in right now. I'd rather pay my bills and not have to dip into savings while to go watch the Olympia, personally. Power was great, picking top 10 itself. Yeah, man, Balder. We got in over our heads. It's my fault. I should have done different shows I should have held off on the Olympia. We'll do another Olympia show, I'm sure. But I should have held off on that and just talked about who's out of the Olympia. Libra, thank you. That's the scales of justice. That is after Virgo. Astrology is a bunch of bullshit, man, because I know Virgos, and one thing about Virgos is supposed to be like neat freaks. And my wife will tell you, I'm not a neat freak. No, not at all. The THCA stores in Texas, same thing. Yeah. I mean, there's like Delta 9. There's all sort of synthetic versions of it now. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Appreciate that. Kalyan, Foss Warmer, Swiss Mr. Ron, Joyce Cage. Thank you, man. Thank you, Kalyan. Appreciate it. For the MD days, it's for fun. You. Oh, okay. Yeah. But there are people who still say, yeah, I missed those videos with Dr. T. I'm like, dude, we still do them. Where you been? Go to the channel. They're all here on the channel. I think we're on number 25 we're going to record tomorrow. That's of the new ones. I think we had done over 200 on the MD channel, the MD YouTube channel. Martin got signed with Hostile. Happened kid genius in pharmacology school for 47%. Dude, pharmacology is a great thing to get into. Great thing. So my wife's been working at Costco, the local Costco. It's like 2 miles away, 3 miles away. My son works there too. She's been there since 2001. So, wow, a long time. Anyway, long story short is the only person who makes as much as the whole manager of the store is the pharmacist who manages the pharmacy. He's a licensed pharmacist. He's the only one that makes, it's like 240 a year, something like that. It's well over 200 a year, which the manager of the store, he makes similar money, but that's like twice as much as like everybody else that works there, and even the manager. So pharmacy is a good thing to get into. For win the Powerball and winning it, yeah, you know what, I think you do a great job with it, dude. Wesley brings up the legs. He'll beat C-Bum. I don't see it this year. And I don't know how much more his legs are going to grow at this point. I know he's not, Wesley's only like early 30s, but if he does, it could happen. It could happen. I never say never. I think about Ryan saying Jay shouldn't have beat him in 06. All these guys have their opinions of shows that they should have won. Phil Heath has said many times he felt he should have won that final Olympia in 2018, where he was beaten by the late Sean Roden. He did have a little trouble with his midsection, couldn't keep it in because of the hernia. But other than that, the rest of him still looked pretty damn great. His condition was bang on. I could have given it to Phil that year, and I'm not, I'm not on the Phil train. It's not like I didn't have any personal stake in the matter going with either Sean or Phil, but I was very happy for Sean that he won it, and thank God he did, because he never got the chance to compete again after that. He was up on that criminal charge. He never even got to go to court over because COVID and all that. So he never got the chance to defend his title. But I'm glad he got that one win, Sean. God rest his soul. But I wouldn't have had a real problem with Phil Heath winning that year either, and he would have tied Lee Haney and Ronnie Coleman with 8 wins. Chris is aiming at 8 straight, Mr. Rose, or 7 attack with Arnold. Yeah, it's different division though. You can't compare. Like Sydney Gillen, what does she have? 6-figure Olympias now? I don't see anyone really stopping her as she gets to 8 and 9. Iris Kyle had 10 Ms. Olympia wins. So people have already surpassed. And I didn't realize this till the other day, but the biggest pro win tally belongs to Ashley Kaltwasser now. Open bodybuilding was Dexter Jackson with 29. But Ashley Kaltwasser, who's a former bikini Olympia champ, she has 51 pro wins in bikini. 51. Oof. It's crazy. Oh, happy birthday. Obrigado, Natalia. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Tina, I can't believe I'm 64 and I'll soon start training until 60. Wow. Over 60 NPC bikini competitor. And the great thing is, Tina, PhD, so you're smart too. Is that MHP for the supplement company? I don't know. I know what PhD means. I'm not sure if MHP is Maximum Human Performance Supplement Company or something else. Yeah, they have pro cards for over 60 bikini, so you could get that next year at. I know they have it at Masters Nationals. I don't know if Universe has over 60. I've never looked into it for bikini, obviously, because I only look into like what the Open men or Masters men have available as options. But God bless your soul. Didn't start training until 60. Wow. That's crazy. But it just goes to show you, man, it's never too late. Well, they say it's never too late to be the person you might have been. Anybody that's thinking about starting training, I don't care if you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, you're better off training than not training. It's going to give you so many benefits. Like, why wouldn't you? People will say, am I too old to start? I'm like, you're too old to not start. Are you crazy? It's like, if you're overweight, that's like saying, is it too late for me to lose weight? Too late. No, you better start now, but do something, or else, obesity has a lot of health risk factors. So anyone who's inactive or overweight or anything, it doesn't matter how old you are, get on it now. There's no time to waste. The older you are, the more pressing a matter it should be to you, the more urgency there should be to it, because you're not getting any younger. None of us are getting any younger, except Benjamin Button, the fictional character portrayed by Brad Pitt. Let me take it sold out fast and being resold for crazy. Oh yeah, I believe it. Look, if Taylor Swift tickets can go for $20,000, $30,000, I'm sure somebody could buy a VIP package, which is, I haven't looked at the prices, but I bet you could get those for, if they were, let's say they're $1,000. I don't know what they are, but I bet you could resell them, especially like the last couple of weeks before the Olympia. I bet you could get $3,000 to $5,000 for those. Have you seen Andrew Strange release today? He looks massive. No, is that on YouTube? Or is it on Instagram? I can go to Instagram real quick and see. Andrew is massive, so it doesn't really surprise me. Andrew jacked. Chinedu Obika. I think so. You must probably mean YouTube. When was these? Yeah, these are old. All right, so if I go to YouTube, I'm going to really try not to have the sound on because that's been my downfall many a time. Andrew Jacked. Not Andrew. Andrew Jacked. So I assume he has his own channel. I mean, I see videos of him all over the place. Andrew Jacked. Does he have a new video? I have to go to all this before I show it on the screen. Okay. I need to turn the volume off. Turn it off. Oh, good. It's already off. Okay. I'll take a look, guys. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Share screen. Back workout at Camp Psycho. Oop. That's Psycho Chris Lewis. I'm skipping. I don't want to, because you can't hear him. I don't know if this is the video you're talking about because he's fully covered up. Can't see crap. And he's a big dude. He's a big dude. The last video he put up. Reverse leg day. Bicep day. Okay, well, at least this one he's got a tank top on. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he was 5th last year. This video is 10 days old, or at least that's when it was posted. I don't know when this was actually filmed. I assume it wasn't much before that. Yeah, he's a big dude, man. The trainer looks like he can be close to 200 pounds stage Olympic. I hope not, and I say that because he was 282 or something at the judging for Texas Pro, and I think he said he was 278 for the finals, and he didn't. I said there, and a lot of people agreed, he needs to be a little sharper, if he's going to move up. And that's the goal, is move up. I don't know we're looking at a training partner there or something. He was 5th place, and he wants to do better than that. Some people believe he could win this. A lot of people think Samson could win it, and why not? I mean, I've seen stranger things happen. I mean, Ronnie went from, I think it was 8th or 9th place at the 1997 Olympia to winning it the next year, 98. So a lot of things are possible, guys. Nothing's really impossible unless somebody's like dead last in the Olympia. They're probably not going to win the next year, but I think anyone in the top 5 has the capability of winning. If you're in the top 5, you're one of the top 5 bodybuilders in the world. All right, so that was his bicep workout. I like the back workout just because I see the tank top's a little bit more revealing. Got to watch this Center Podium commercial first. Center Podium, or I should say Legion Sports. Wish I was going. All right, I'm going to skip ahead to when he's got his tank top on. Yeah, I mean, it's a unique physique, man. Nobody looks like this guy. The height, the width, the structure that he has, very, very unique. Very unique. Look at this back. Crazy V-taper. He looks phenomenal. Yeah, I wish him the best. I wish all the guys the best. I mean, they all work so damn hard. They all work their asses off, guys. All right, that's enough Andrew Jacked. Love. Talk about Bible, your thoughts on upcoming president's election. I said earlier, I'm personally voting for Trump. I don't like either candidate as a person, as a human being. I don't care for them personally. Trump. I'm not a Trump fan, is in the sense that I don't have any bumper stickers or MAGA hats or anything like that. I only am voting for Trump because I think he's going to do a better job turning the economy around, getting inflation down, stop giving the U.S. money away to all these foreign wars, Israel, Ukraine. Why are we spending? I think between the two of them, I know it was like 180 to Ukraine. I don't know how much we've given to Israel, but and Kamala just, she'll continue having an open policy with the U.S. border. It's crazy. I have a son-in-law. He's Australian. He's got his green card. He's going to become a U.S. citizen soon, but it was a very long process, years of him sending in paperwork and going down to the Not the embassy. Is it the embassy? Anyway, I mean, he had to go through so many legal hoops to be here legally. And then, the Biden-Harris administration just let all these people in illegally. And not only that, they're giving them so much money and phones and putting them up in hotels. And yeah, I mean, I'm just being selfish economically, financially. Who I think is going to do the best is going to impact me and my family personally the most in a beneficial way in terms of the economy and our finances. And I just happen to believe that that's Trump. I don't care for the guy personally. I'm not like a rah Trump guy. Not at all. Not at all. And I don't hate Kamala or anything like that. It's purely voting with my wallet and my bank account. That's all I'm doing. Tina, 49 wins. I mean, metabolic health practitioner. Thank you. Oh, okay. Giles told me 51, and he's the one that's taking her on tour. He's the one who show you the tour. It's he's already got the. I just want to show you guys this real quick. Giles Thomas. Yeah, here we go. So, yeah, Giles, they did a tour 2 or 3 years ago with her. But now they're back. So right now it's only 2. I think they're going to try to add a couple dates to that. Yeah, Ashley Kaltwasser. And I think Lauren has one of her suits. I think she gave her one of her suits. She wants to get 50 this year. I'm on her team. Oh, okay. Well, you would know better then. Giles was 2 wins ahead, giving her too much credit for wins. She's in shape all year. I mean, you would have to be to do all these shows, right? I mean, she admits that she doesn't consider her 49, 50 wins 49. She doesn't consider that the same achievement because bikini is not as difficult to prep for as open bodybuilding, not as demanding as the body. Open bodybuilding, you have to do things to carry all this muscle, and then you have to maintain that muscle while getting down to shredded glutes. It's very, very. You're asking a lot of the human body, a lot more than you're asking with bikini. I'm not putting bikini down. It's just I think open bodybuilding prep is a different animal. And Ashley has said this herself. I'm not putting words in her mouth. Goal is a pro card at 60. Yeah, why not, Tina? They're giving them out. Why not? Happy birthday. Thank you. Appreciate it. Mr. Nolympia. Or is it an Olympia? Just saw with Psycho Lewis. Some angles, shots, shoulder width, side separation is crazy, man. Crazy arms, yeah. Andrew Jack is a specimen. He is a very unique looking bodybuilder. The height, the width, the structure, the overall shape. It's something we've never seen before. Happy birthday, Ron. I believe this makes you a Virgo. Yes. Pretty. It's the last day of being a Virgo. I'm on the cusp of being a Libra. So if you're one of those astrology enthusiasts, I guess I would have some Libra qualities and some Virgo qualities. I don't buy into astrology. I believe in such dopey things, ghosts, demons, Loch Ness monster, all kinds of crap. But I don't past lives. But I don't believe in astrology. So there you go. Trump's the obvious pick. Now you're worth considering. Well, supposedly Kamala. I hear Kamala's side says she's ahead in the polls. Trump's side says he's ahead in the polls. I don't know. I do believe that second assassination attempt was a good thing for his polls, for his popularity. I think it helps him to, makes him kind of like a martyr. That this guy, twice in 2 months or 3 months, somebody tried to kill this guy. Doing Krizo. Krizo's doing great. Go to his Instagram. It's Krizo. I think it's just called Krizo. He's out for the season, obviously. He's got his shoulder surgery. Is it Marissa's birthday too? Not Marissa, my Marissa. Oh, it's actually a long and drawn out Instagram name that he has. But I think if you put Krizo in, it comes up. It's new. That's a throwback to 2024. I got it on screen. Yeah, that's not current. That's not current, guys. This is current. He's got a YouTube channel. I think it's called Krizo. That was when he was at his biggest. His arm was 60 centimeters, which is what? 21-inch biceps, drug free. Drug free, what? He's got a lot of rehab stuff going on there. Got a lot of videos on his Instagram. Yeah, he's on the mend. He's had shoulder surgery. He'll be back. He'll be back. Fear not, guys. He's taking care of it now, rather than living with horrifying shoulder pain. Which, trust me, guys, I need this shoulder replaced. When you have severe shoulder pain like all the time, you can't train properly. You can't train the way you need to train, especially at his level where he's trying to become Mr. Olympia. He's showing the good arm. He's doing all kinds of therapy on it. This is like ultraviolet. I don't know. All right, that's enough Krizo for one day. It's the best way to lunge for leg development. Walking lunges or reverse lunge. I don't know about best. I'm not an exercise scientist. I personally like to go somewhere, so I'd rather do a walking lunge. Not just because Ronnie did them. I feel I'm able to get a better range of motion, and it just feels more natural to walk than to do things standing in place, back and forth, back and forth. You can try them both, whatever feels better for you. Thank you, Catherine. So I'm inspiring. We're going to always choose Trump over Harris any choice. I'm trying to make selfish, being rational lies. I mean, it's very divided. Where our country is so divided right now, Kellyanne, between what they say red and blue, Republicans and Democrats, liberals and conservatives, Trump supporters, Harris supporters. We're so divided as a nation. It almost feels like we're on the brink of a civil war or something ridiculous like that. But yeah, I mean, the people who are voting for Harris are convinced that's the 100% right decision. I'm not saying they're wrong. That's what they believe. I believe voting for Trump is going to have a better outcome for the country. That's my belief. I'm not pushing it on anyone. I don't make political posts or anything like that. I'm just voting the way what my heart tells me to. The money sign makes you I don't know, dollar signologist. I don't know what that makes you, but yeah. You're the best. Thank you, Johnny. She would love to hit 50 at the 60th 10 years. I don't know if she's going to win the That's, she's never been out of the top 5, I don't think, but it's tough now. You got all these younger Brazilians and everything. I don't know. Wish her the best. Illegal immigration is a crime. Inspiring women to true American Falsifications capable to entire legal process. God bless you, Colleen. I mean, like I said, that's what my son-in-law did. And let me tell you, he's just shaking his head seeing all these people just stream over the border. And especially if they're coming from places that have this protected status like Venezuela and Haiti, the government's relocating them. They're paying for their lodging, giving them vouchers for food and money and phones. And good Lord. Thank you, James. Love Ryan Harris. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. For 29-degree Grandmaster Virgo. Thanks, Mark. Well, I am a Grandmaster, 55, right? Or is that still a master? I don't know. To be around. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I'm happy to still be here. Seeing Keanu Reeves picks of his, you see him winning. Yeah, he looks pretty damn great. So does Sean. I personally think it would be great to see them both trade off wins, like the Mr. Olympia. So we had Hadi beat Derek that first year. Let me go bring up Hadi beat Derek. Derek beat Hadi. What if this year Hadi gets the title back? Wouldn't that be exciting? And what if that happens with Keon? What if Sean gets his title back from Keon? Oh, there's him and his girl. They're engaged now. Look at that big rock. That was last year. You guys want to see that? This is still showing 2020. Wow, that was way back. So this is more recent. He does look pretty crazy. Some of his supplements, Elevate Foods. I don't know what they are. Calf raises. Of course, I want to see some full body stuff. But he's looking pretty crazy, Keon. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins again. I wouldn't be surprised if Sean wins. Look at that. Clarita is no joke. So this is a week ago. Okay. Yeah, I want to do an Olympia preview with Jose so we can really talk a lot more about the 212 because Giles and I, we didn't even touch on 212 or Classic. So many people to get through, man. We need like 3 hours. Yeah. I don't doubt that Patrick Tuor is going to bring him in super sharp, full. I thought Clarita was harder than him last year, but Keon's got such crazy, beautiful shape, those round, full muscle bellies. It's a sight to see. Look at that back. Look at that. Let's look at Clarita, though. Clarita looks pretty damn great, too, guys. Clarita, what's it under? Giant Killer or something? I gotta go soon. Clarita. Sean Clarita. That's right. It's just his name. Some updates. Whew. Look at that, guys. He's looking pretty crazy, too. Pretty crazy. Look at that. Just that old man muscle. Because was he 41 or 42 now? He's covered up most of the time, Sean. Sean doesn't show much. He's always got these like 3XL shirts on. Yeah, you're not going to see much. You're not going to see much in the way of physique updates with Sean Clarita. That's not what he's about. He's doing some weird therapy stuff there. Yeah, you see he's covered up in everything here. Yeah, he stays covered up. He just likes to show everything at the last minute. Yeah, I know, Dorian. I mean, whoever you guys want to vote for, that's your right. That's your opinion. I'm not saying I'm right, you're wrong, vice versa. You know, as we're lucky that we get to vote. Not everyone in the world gets to vote. So, man, just the fact that we are able to vote and choose our leaders here, that is a very special gift that we have that I don't take for granted. And the fact that we have term limits, we have things in place so that nobody is able to hold too much power and especially hold it too long in the USA. So we're very blessed that way. Not every country is so fortunate. Some countries just have dictators that stay there for as long as they want until they die. Your birthday too, you're 38. You're still young, still so young. 38 feels like a lifetime ago. Thank you so much, Kalyan. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much, man. Bless you, brother. And you've contributed a few times on this channel, so appreciate you, brother, so much. And if you ever have questions, man, I think I'm going to do it for you. 411. He says 5'2", Paul. He says 5'2". I don't know. Kalyan, most people, when they make recommendations, are like, yeah, whatever, thank you, whatever, I'll think about it. But in your case, you've been so good to me. I'm going to reach out to Chad and see if he can come on the channel very, very soon. I like talking to Chad anyway. He's a cool dude, but I'm going to do it. Chad Nichols. Please make a note of it. I'm making a note of it right now. Thank you. I'm gonna get a hold of him. I'm gonna get him on the channel, bro. Birthday Ron, wishing you the best. Thank you. Trump 24, US. Yeah, I mean, whoever you guys want to vote for, I'm not shoving any vote down your throat. I'm just saying that's my personal choice. Like I said, we're lucky that we have a choice here in the US where we do have that ability to vote for our leaders. And they don't stay around forever. We can get rid of them. We can vote them out of office. You know, we're very blessed and fortunate here in the USA to have democracy and to be able to choose our leaders by vote. It's not a popular vote. It's this electoral college weird thing that I'd have to really look into it, the details of how it works, because I know you can win the popular vote. You can get more votes than the other person, but you can still lose the election because it goes by how many electoral votes each state has. Who gets more electoral votes? That's why they're all worried about this state or that state, much more so than, even more so, I think, than like how many people are voting for them. They worry about, I got to get this state because that state has 37 electoral votes, and this state's only got like 10 or something. I don't care about that state. Yeah. Mitch McConnell, Trump, is he like 1,000 years old? He's old as hell. Yeah. They don't have it in the Senate, am I right? I think the Senate, you can stay in there forever. Some of these senators have been in there. Who's that other? Jesse Helms was the one somewhere in the South. I don't know what state he's a senator in, but he's been there forever. Is he still there? He's still alive? I don't clearly can see I don't follow politics that much if I don't know these things. If I'm all confused about the electoral college. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. Going to walk my beautiful boy Branch. I love him so much. My doggy. Our Constitution, the greatest guarantee for him. Off the Indian Constitution. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, we're very lucky, very blessed as Americans that we were born here and we got to live here without having to come here from some other country. Didn't have to go through any hurdles. We just got lucky. We're born in this country. So I don't take it for granted. I've been to a bunch of other countries, not that well traveled. I think I've only been to like 15 other countries, 20 at the most. Some people have been all over the world. I haven't been all over the world, but just in the past few years, I've been to Turkey, Costa Rica, Australia. I've been all over the Caribbean, Central America, a little bit of South America, Canada, but there's still a ton of places in the world I've never been to that I'd like to get to. Thank you, Mark. He said I've been in the U.S. since the Civil War. Well, I mean, Jesse Helms, is he still alive? I think he's in his 80s. Mitch McConnell, he's got to be like 80. He looks old as hell. Bernie's old. They're all old. You look at Biden. What's he like, 80? Is he 82, 81? Trump's not that much younger. He's like 78. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Again, if you like the channel, please, if you haven't subscribe, like, share, ring the bell. It doesn't cost you a thing, but it helps me out tremendously. So thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys. That's it. I will talk to you all later. Have an awesome, blessed weekend. Check out everything else on this channel. If you haven't seen Jay Cutler and me talking about the Olympia, the Power Hour with me and Giles talking about the Olympia, some cool stuff on the channel. I'm going to put out a Ask Dr. Testosterone video tomorrow. And thanks to Kalyan Krishna's suggestion, I will get a hold of Chad Nichols. I'm going to get Chad Nichols on. I miss talking to Chad. So that's it. I'm going to get Jose on. I got to talk to Jose too. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome rest of your weekend. Talk to you next time. Peace.